Hello, Mendel staff. I'd like to share with you today how to access and view some of the materials for you as a teacher for SuccessNet. Specifically, let's look at math. So I've logged into my account and see up on the top my resources. These are all of the materials related to me in my account as a teacher. And I can scroll in and I can see all sorts of things, math, social studies, and language. Today I want to look at the math material. So let's look at, for example, math for grade 3. I have four things underneath the math grade 3. The ones that I want to look at today are the premium, teacher's edition, and student edition. Let's first look at the teacher's edition. When I click on the teacher's edition button, it will open up in a new screen, which I can maximize. I will then click to open, maximize that again. And this is going to be a digital copy of your teacher's edition of the book. So over on the side, I can see the contents. I can minimize it or I can drop down again. So let's look, for example, at topic 1. I click on that and then I will have all of the contents for topic 1. So let's start with 1/100ths, and that will bring me right to this page. And this is the corresponding page in your physical textbook. It will be the same thing. You can scroll down to see the full page. On the top, there are some menu options. Let's take a quick look at them. Right now on the top right, there's the single page or the double page, which allows you to see two pages at once. There's the print option, which will print what you see on the screen. There is the zoom out, which makes it smaller, and then there's the zoom in. There's this also select zoom, which is nice to use. If I click on that and I want to zoom in on this section, it highlights that section and then zooms in on it. Great when you're using it on a smartboard to zoom in on a section. And then we can just zoom out to go back to full screen. On the top there are the next and back buttons, which turn the pages in your book. There's also some tools. There's the e-tools, which are some virtual tools, counters, place values, times, fractions, great things to explore. They don't necessarily directly connect to what you were just looking at, but they are good to use in conjunction with certain lessons. So going back again to the teacher's edition, one more time. Inside you have your table of contents, your e-tools, your zooming in and out, the glossary, state standards, and you could search. This is also where you can find all of your printable resources. So in this printable resource dropdown, here I can go by topic. For example, topic lesson 3. I have all of my master sheets, and I could zoom in and I could see my spiral review, problem of the day, practice, enrichment, so on. When I click on practice, I'll have a non-annotated and annotated or editable. Okay. Is this the teacher's edition? The non-annotated and the annotated will give you different things. The annotated, of course, will have the answers in there, and then the non-annotated will have a blank one for printing, and then the editable one is one that actually downloads that you can open up and then make changes if you'd like. Pretty cool feature. So this is the teacher's edition. It's pretty much a straight digital copy of your teacher's edition book. Let's go and take a look at the student edition. This is just a straight digital copy of your student book. This is what the students would see when they access SuccessNet from school or home. They have their topics, breaking it down, and they see their page just like they would see in their book. You could see off to the side they have the ability to click on this worksheet or the e-tools. They can scroll from page to page. They can use the zoom in out or selector tool. So if you were having this on the smartboard or something you could select to zoom in, you could print the screen or view uh, in two pages at once. So one more time, this is the student edition. You could have the students view by topics and then lessons. Once they find the lesson, they can turn pages, zoom in and out, print. There are some e-tools and some glossary for them as well. There's one more thing that is great to use, the premium. As the teacher and student editions are pretty much the digital copies of the physical textbook, the premium provides a little more of the digital resources. For example, when I open this up, we can select topic 1, and it gives us, again, a breakdown of the topics. Look, it's hundreds, and then under lesson 1.1, and I click on that, it will pop up a digital a, a digital video sessions for this topic, as you heard. So this the first one is an example or kind of an introduction to the topic. Then it'll give you another example related to it, and this is kind of like um, works almost like a slideshow. This one here, only one of one, but then guided practice. Here, if we click on the bottom, just like a slideshow, you could use did you know, and if you mouse over it, it will read to you. So did you know how? And then we have some practice equations or problems. There's this little tools for math application, which is pretty cool. You click on it, and then you have some tools that you could use on the smartboard. Some of the tools are great for the problems, or they don't necessarily lend themselves well, but you can click through, and maybe this one you could use a smartboard tools, or you can click and use these embedded tools for that as well. But each of these um, table of contents sections provides a little video or some problems that can be done for that lesson. So it's pretty cool to explore, especially if you are a smartboard or projector user. And there's a quiz associated with them at the end, which is pretty fun for the kids to be able to do as well. At the top, you have some other options. You have a glossary, those tools, okay, and then you can go back. And each of these lessons does have this interactive digital section. So let's look at that one more time. An overview, the math sections, and each of the math section is pretty much the same. The premium is your digital videos and interactions and kind of slideshows. The teacher's edition is just the digital copy of your teacher's book. The student edition is the digital copy of the student book, which the students will see. So if anyone were to forget their book, they have full access to it here online um, and and at school. Um, So if you have any questions about how to access or what you can do or how to use any of these products, please let me know.